Ba-ba-da-bow-bow, Banger Management Fantasy Hockey Podcast. Woo!
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 Very nice.
Very
Welcome
nice.
in. Welcome all to Banger Management, the Fantasy Hockey Podcast with your favorite host, the most illustrious, the most awesome, the coolest in all the land, Jake Josh. And is his mic going to work today, Kevin?
It is.
Whoa.
The mic has
I'm here for some
actually stood the test
ASMR.
of time, but the video, my gosh. Today is our Week 9 waivers episode. Very exciting stuff. It's going to help you guys a lot out for this coming week. Wherever you're listening to us, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts, we are there. Rate us 5 stars if you like what you hear, and be sure to follow the channel. That way, you're going to get notified when all the episodes go live. And who doesn't want that? I would.
Yes.
I do.
I do as well.
I do.
Same goes for YouTube. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's a tongue twister. And you'll get notified when all of these go live. And if you like the video, which I think you will, give us a like too. Much appreciated. How are y'all doing today?
Every time you say today, I always think you're just going to go into the lyrics. Today is
Yeah.
gonna
I
be
did
today.
that last time.
He usually does,
I did
yeah.
that last
But every
time.
time you say it, the way you say it, I feel like you're just about to, you know?
I know. It's like the way you woo and like just keeping me guessing, right? So I have to throw it back to you, as Oasis says.
Like, oh no, he didn't break into song.
All right,
Yeah,
well,
I get
maybe will
disappointed
next
every time.
Stay tuned. Yeah, that's just the way it goes. And also, don't forget, you can follow all of our socials. Those are going to be in the podcast description. Instagram, TikTok, all of those. We are there. The most
we are.
important, the best for everyone, Discord. We love Discord. Discord is where we give you guys all the updates before all the major channels do. And you can ask us trade and advice questions, discuss our episodes, and tell us why we're amazing or why we're not. Don't say why we're not, because then we'll be sad. But
No,
also,
definitely tell us why you don't like us so that we can grow and become somebody that you like.
Yeah, except for me,
Yeah.
I don't handle constructive criticism well.
That's true. Do you handle constructive criticism better or just like straight up insults? Just like, you
Yeah,
suck.
straight up insults. Look, if
Okay.
you make it funny,
You heard
then
it
I'm
first,
okay
guys.
with
Everybody
it.
DM Josh directly with straight up insults.
It has to be funny, though. It has to be at least a little clever.
Sounds good. That's the way to get to Josh. Okay, so why don't you start us off with our choices from week 8?
All right, we did pretty
no
well for
perfection,
week 8,
no nothing.
unsurprisingly.
Yes, so this
Yeah,
is where we review our
unsurprisingly-
top 3 choices from last week. There's your Perface, Kevin, for our week 8
appreciate
waiver
it.
choices.
As
There
somebody
it
who
is.
didn't listen to last week's episode, I really appreciate this.
Wow.
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 Wow. Okay. I'm just gonna dive. I'm gonna dive right in because this is a lot. Okay, so we did unsurprisingly very well last week. Here are our 3 choices. We had Anton Lundell of the Florida Panthers, 4 games played, 1 goal, 2 assists, 3 points. That's a dub. That's a season-long hold as well. And not to spoil it, but he might appear again this week. Next, we've got Matt Coronato of the Calgary Flames, 4 games played, 1 goal, 1 assist, 2 points, 14 shots on goal. That's a huge
Crazy.
W again.
He's been
I included the
nuts.
shots on goal because that's like one of the biggest reasons why we recommended him as a pickup. And he put up 2 points in 4 games, which is solid, but the shots on goal is really what makes him stick out. And then lastly, we had Braden Bowman of the Vegas Golden Knights, 4 games, 1 goal, 2 assists, 3 points. That's a W, but unfortunately not a long-term hold because Mark Stone miraculously came back from the dead with absolutely no news preempting it. And it sucks for us Bowman owners because he's actually looking really good out there, but I'm probably going to drop him soon because no power play 1 is just rough to hold.
It's crazy because I was listening to your guys' episode, like the ones that I missed.
Oh,
and I'm
so
listening.
you did listen.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta listen. Who doesn't want to listen to Banger Management, the Fantasy Hockey Podcast? But I was listening to Josh literally say, like, oh, and Stone's hurt, and like nobody has any idea when he's coming back. And then I got like
Yeah.
a notification on my phone being like, Mark Stone's coming back today.
It's actually
Of
brutal.
course,
Like
the
I thought I
timing.
can I thought I can get at least like 2 weeks out of Bowman being on power play 1, and then like I pick him up, and days later Stone comes back. Like I have this weird reverse curse where I make players healthy that negatively impact my team, if that makes sense.
It's also just happened to Mark Stone, who is going to, find a way to ruin us in some way at every chance
That's
he gets.
it.
Whether he's
Even
on
if
our
we're not
team, not
playing
on our
him.
team.
Yeah.
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 Lundell's got to be rostered. Like, I just want
Yeah.
to go back to it for a second because I know that like Sam Bennett's kind of been a beast lately, but Lundell's still the one getting that deployment. He has been. He's been great. So
It's just playing against me.
yeah, that's it. But yeah, I mean, for everybody listening, like, just want to stress the whole season long point. Like he's definitely a season long hold. 0.71 points per game over the last 2 weeks. 0.29 power play points, 2.71 shots, 1.57 hits, and that's excluding his insane faceoffs. You need a roster
Yeah.
that.
I mean, we discussed Lundell. You guys discussed Lundell, yeah, on the last Would You Rather when I was missing, which was a really good episode. Not gonna lie, I wish I was there to do the tiebreakers, but I think I was in my bag on that one. But yeah, Lundell versus Dylan Strome, and I think it was like honestly really close. I lean Lundell just because I think the floor is what we're seeing now, and then Tkachuk comes back and Florida gets up and running a little more. I think Lundell has a higher ceiling. He's super exciting. I feel like he's still underrated though. He's like still 30% owned. It's just ridiculous. The 1C on Florida getting all the good minutes.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, the fact that he's even in the conversation with a guy like Strome, who, not that Strome's like the best player in the world or anything like that, but like he's really good, So, and his ownership percentage is way higher than Lundell is, and the fact that they're comparable makes it kind of crazy that Lundell is so lowly owned. So, but more on that later. So, our season record now is 14-4. That's really solid. I would listen to us, and we'll see how we do for this week as well. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I fully do. Like if I need a pickup for the next week, the first thing I do is look at our list and see if there's anyone who's available in our league, and I'm like, okay, done. All right. So going into next week, 2-game teams. There's only one of them. It's Seattle. I'm not going to list all the 4-game teams because there's a lot of them. The busy nights are Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and there's a bunch of 2 off-night teams, so I'm not going to list all of them. But let's dive into our top 10 points, guys. As always, under 40% owned.
Small proface though for the Seattle 2-game teams. Anybody that you're holding through that 2-game week, like, or is it just Seattle doesn't have anybody that's high enough roster that the only one I'm thinking of is like the defenseman, right? It's Dunn, it's Montour, and obviously Joey Decord. Like those guys, I feel like you probably hold depending how deep your league is. I don't know if there's any forward worth rostering through this 2-game week.
Yeah, I have Eberle, and I mean he's also been pretty cold lately, and with 2-game week, so I might have other guys who are more droppable, which would make me hold him. But if he was my worst guy or like tied for worst guy, then I'm definitely feel very comfortable dropping him. There's no one other than the 3 guys you mentioned, I think, that you need to hold on to for that 2-game week.
Okay, good to know.
All right, so let's start with
number 10.
At number 10, we have Jake Debrusk of the Vancouver Canucks, line 1, power play 1. He is averaging 0.5 points per game on the season, but he's heating up lately. 0.33 power play points, more importantly. And he has a 3-game week this week. And he's just been really on a bit of a hot streak with a lot of like, if you look at his game log, it's no multi-point games, but just a lot of ones in the goal column. So it's definitely an interesting stream. Yeah, literally. They're all
a lot of power play goals. He's playing 18 minutes a night, and he's playing with Pedersen, so you just know that that's really good deployment already. And the Vander Kane, I had to sneak that in there. But yeah, no, it's honestly crazy that Jake Debrusk has been a guy that, he's been like one of those sleeper picks in the past where when he was on Boston, like it's just a guy that was like lower in the lineup that was really solid, had potential. Now I feel like he's just playing with like the best deployment possible on Vancouver, and Vancouver is a whole other story in terms of like them just being a mess and a team that's probably going to be selling assets in the near future. But Jake Debrusk, with his deployment and his goal scoring ability, like he's super worth picking up, especially in the points league. And we talk banger category leagues, but points league, Jake Debrusk for goals, he's going to be one of your guys.
Yeah, like Vancouver needs to score, and their problem this year isn't as much like the offensive output; it's also they're letting in a lot of goals. Debrusk is just going to be a big part of that because he's stapled to Pedersen for now. And I don't really see that changing. He had one amazing year on Boston, 50 points in 64 games. That
Mhm.
pace is not going to continue. He's not really like an amazing points guy, but when he goes on streaks, the streaks tend to last 2 to 3 weeks, and this has happened before, so I really like it for this week.
Okay, let's move on to
Number 9.
at number 9. We have Gabe Landeskog of the Colorado Avalanche. Last I checked, he's
Whoa.
line 1, power play 1, which is crazy
Whoa.
because parts this year he was line 3, power play 2,
Mhm.
and the past 2 years he was not in the NHL. So it's a big comeback for a Gabe, and this is kind of like similar to our Olofsson talks of a couple of weeks ago, right? Anyone on that power play 1 is immediately worth picking up, especially on a 4-game week, which Colorado has. And especially a guy like Landeskog, who in the past has shown that he can be, a really solid contributor. Obviously, a couple years out of the NHL, it doesn't do him any favors, a couple years older. But again, it's just that deployment makes him immediately interesting.
Definitely. This, to me, I mean, there's something to this, right? Even if you look at his ice time, it's ramped up a lot over the past few weeks. And I mean, like you said, he literally wasn't in the NHL for 2 years. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if, if he does immediately contribute on the power play, if they keep him there. This is a guy who has so much respect among the team for coming back after the brutal injury, and he's been the captain this entire time. They haven't taken it away from him. So of course, if it's not working, like, they're gonna do what's gonna make it work. But I wouldn't be surprised if he has a longer leash. 3 points in his last 4 games. One of those was on the power play, putting up good shots, and over 18 minutes for the 3 of the last 4 games as well. I mean, that's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
will
this
say
is
one
just
one note is sorry, one note is that Nichushkin's back at practice and he should return next week. So I will be curious to see how that affects Landeskog's deployment. So I think just to anyone we're recommending who's like thinking about picking him up, you have to keep that in mind. But I do like him while he's on that power play 1.
I was gonna say this is just like a deployment question, but if you want to get into a little bit like the behind the scenes though, like people have been talking about Colorado, like they've got what, 1 regulation loss this year. It's actually insane. Like this is a juggernaut team that's here to win the cup, and they're like not slowing down. They're taking every game seriously. All their goalies are getting shutouts, no matter who it is, no matter which kind of wood it is, it's getting a shutout. So it's just that they're on a roll right now. You kind of want access to this team in any capacity, whether it's their defensemen, their forwards, or their goalies. For Landeskog, I am a little bit not worried, but I think the deployment is super sketchy. Like even if Nichushkin doesn't come back, would I be shocked if they put somebody else in that spot? No. But I will say though, people have been talking about how difficult it is to play against Colorado this season, and the fact that in the past they haven't been that way. Like the last 2 years, the team that they were playing, that people were playing against in the Stanley Cup when Colorado won the Stanley Cup, was not the same the last 2 years. They were missing that grit. They were missing that like kind of like hard to beat mentality. And I think Landeskog brings that to this team, and seeing him in a position of power on this team is like good for the team aura and everything. So they might like him, and if this sticks long term, like we might see the rejuvenation of Landeskog's value, where you probably drafted him in like the last few rounds of your fantasy league. Unless you're in our league where you got drafted in like the 7th round for some reason.
Crazy. I think like Kevin said, this is completely tied to the deployment, and they keep shifting it around. So it is like a sketchy pickup, but very high upside.
Yeah. So goal differential, okay? Goals for minus goals against. That's how it's calculated. In third place, Tampa Bay at 16. In second place, Dallas at 17. In first place, Colorado at 43.
It's nuts.
It's crazy.
43. What?
I would bet my house they win the Stanley Cup. Actually, I would not.
But craziest stat I've ever seen. That's just such a big difference.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay,
it's
I just
nuts.
needed to say that. Sorry, I was like, shocked.
They've just been on one. It's like if your goalie is playing Colorado, unless you're named Jesper Wallstedt, like do not start them. It feels like.
Yeah, but Jesper.
Yeah. Speaking of the Minnesota Wild, why don't we move on to
number 8?
At number 8, we have the plural of Matt, which is Mats Zuccarello of the Minnesota Wild, playing a line 1, power play 1. Since coming back from his season-beginning injury, he has 0.89 points per game, only a 3-game week, but that power play is ranked 4th in the league, and I like what he's been doing points-wise since he's coming back from injury.
I mean, we just talked about Colorado being a juggernaut. I feel like Minnesota, what they've been doing recently, has been juggernaut-esque. Like, is this not the hottest team in the league right now? Both their goalies are also getting shutouts like it's their day job. It is their day job. But it's just wild. Like, I remember talking about Zuccarello being a potential stash before he came back from injury, and I feel like everybody was kind of downplaying, I even made a joke. I was just like, we didn't take into account how much missing Matt Zuccarello would affect this team because they were like sucking to start this season for a long time. And Josh was bragging about how he put them 6th in the division and blah, blah, blah. But now it looks like, they got the goalie tandem that can win any game. And the power play is clicking like crazy. I just wish there was a power play defenseman on this roster that was like worth having when they're ranked 4th and nobody's worth rostering. It's crazy, but Zuccarello has been like one of the best stashes you could have made. He's averaging close to a point per game. He's exposed to top 5 power play. He's playing with the best players on the team, and it just looks like he's just going to be a solid roster mainstay, especially on a week that you're able to stream him. Like, that's crazy production.
He's always good for points. Like, he's always reliable, and
he's completely disrespected.
Completely. He is the Nikita Kucherov among average players. I guess that's a funny way to put it. No, but
a lot of guys
honestly,
like that.
he's totally underrated. I mean, he's hovered in like the 0.85 points per game over the last few seasons. Last year was his worst point per game season as of late, but Minnesota.
I had him.
Yeah, there you go. But now Josh doesn't have him, so whoever wants to pick him up at 28% owned, which is ridiculous to me, you can definitely do worse. I mean, I don't think he should be on waivers, especially in points leagues, but in bangers too. I mean, you're getting good value there.
Mm-hmm. If there's a guy averaging close to a point per game, you pick him up. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right.
Okay.
At number 7.
That was really good.
At number 7, we have Patty Kane of the Detroit Red Wings. Line 2, power play 1, averaging 0.87 points per game, 0.47 power play points per game, 2.93 shots. Only a 3-game week, but what he's been doing has been kind of nuts for where, first of all, for his rostered percentage, which is 39, and for where he's been kind of like taken in the draft, if picked at all.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like he's just getting like mad disrespect for being like as old as he is. But Detroit has one of the best power plays in the league, currently ranked 13th. But I wouldn't be surprised for them to crack top 10 like soon. And Kane is a huge part of that. He's kind of like the non-defenseman power play quarterback for that team. So really what shocked me with him, I drafted him super late this year. I just needed a bump in points and power play points. But what shocked me is the shots on goal. He's really been shooting a lot, and that makes him go from like, a Matt Zuccarello type who's going to get you points and power play points but not do anything else, to like a guy you're actually pretty excited about having on your team.
Talk about an amazing player who's like also coming into this season underappreciated. Last year was an off year for him too. It's very funny that it came like right after Zuccarello because it's a similar story. Yet Kane has pedigree of, the most elite. He's been such a great player for so long, and Detroit was worse this year than last year, and they're gonna be good. I believe I was the highest on them coming into this season, and and it's not.
I will quote you on that.
It's not to say that I'm like totally convinced that they're gonna absolutely be a playoff team, but they're doing things on offense, and he's gonna be a huge part of that just because of who he is, and it's great to own him. So good on you, Josh.
I mean, I was just gonna say, when you're playing with the GOAT Ben Sherratt, it's hard not to have any success. So I am not surprised that Patty Kane is ranked number 7 on this list. If you want to know what I'm talking about, go look at Ben Sherratt's game log, because he's on my fantasy team and I just traded for him, and now he's the GOAT. So that's one thing. No, but also, like, I just think Kane in general, he's super underrated. I have him in multiple of our deep leagues just because you're getting high-level power play exposure from a guy that's less than 40% owned, that's shooting almost at 3 shots a game, and exposed to high-end talent. Now, their power play is not where it was at last year. They were like ranked top 5 last year?
I think 4th, yeah.
Yeah. So this year they're 13th, is still pretty good, above average, and this number will fluctuate up and down. I'm really excited about Patty Kane. I feel like it's one of those guys that you can have at the end of your roster on a week that you're able to stream him, and he'll get you great production. Shots, points, power play points. What more can you want, to be honest? And
Yeah.
if you want to pick him up for this week for those categories, you can also hold him for the following week because he also has a 4-game week the week after. So you're thinking a little long term with this one. Like he can be on your roster for the next 2-3 weeks, and you'll be happy about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I will say on, like Jakey mentioned, he had a bit of an off year last year, but last year his averages were pretty similar to this. He had 0.8 points per game and 0.4 power play points per game. That's nuts. That's actually why I picked him like late in the draft where I got him. I was looking, I was like, okay, my team can use some points and stuff, and I like see his name there, and I'm like, I was about to brush him off because, you know, the reason everyone has, because he's like kind of like older and, you know, like you don't think of him the same as he was. But then I checked his last year averages. I'm like, 0.4 power play points per game is what, like, that's what the top like round one players do, and you're happy with it, you know. So so that he's doing it again this year is pretty crazy. But it just shows that it's possibly sustainable because he did it last year as well.
Exactly.
Okay, let's get into a couple of Jakey's players because we got a bit of a run here of guys on his team. So at
number 6,
we have Jason Zucker of the Buffalo Sabres. Line 2, power play 1. Since coming back, what does he have? 5 points in the 3 games since returning from injury.
You're welcome,
and
Jakey.
he's a guy we always talk about. Like we've talked about him so much, I feel like, over the off season and then over the course of the year in our streamers episodes, all that. And it's just like he's the type of guy you just pick up and you set him on your roster and then you just forget about him for weeks. But that's great. That's exactly what you want from a guy you're picking up from waivers. You know, you don't look at him and like, you know, shake your fist in anger every time. You know, like that's usually what happens with a bad waiver pickup. You know, but with a good one, you pick him up and then you don't have to drop him for a few weeks. Yeah, I mean that's literally me. Like when I have a guy putting up zeros, I'm like,
I've seen this. Yeah, there it is.
You know, like old man yelling at the sky, you know? Yeah, so no, Zucker's a great set it and forget it type of guy. He's got that power play 1 exposure, and kind of like with Patty Kane for the multiple weeks, only 3 games this week, but 4 games the week after, so it could be a nice multiple week stream.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, I told Jakey that I'd rather Zucker over Alexi Protas because I just hate Protas, and then God sent me down and ruined my webcam. But then Jakey took that to heart, and he was just like, I'm not going to trade for Protas. I'm just going to pick up Zucker if Kevin likes him so much. And then Jakey plays against me, and Zucker drops like 5 points in 3 games. So gotta love it. Jakey, do you still want Protas over Zucker, or how are we feeling there?
I would take Protas over Zucker. Yes.
Well, you could probably make that trade. So
yes. No. The Protas owner does not want to give him to me. I've been trying.
He really wants to keep those 0.3 points per game, does he?
Listen, I guess
Jakey,
so.
no joke.
So.
I'm trying to trade for Protas just so I can send him to you.
Do it.
He will ask for Kucherov in return.
I'll give you Zucker.
That's a win in your book, Josh. I'm telling you.
Look, I think that this is an amazing pickup for the next 2 weeks because he's honestly just been so good to me.
Well, what I actually was going to say, besides the Protas disrespect, was that Zucker's just a staple in his power play 1. It's like no matter where he's playing in the lineup, where it's line 1, line 2, line 3, he's going to be on that PP1. Buffalo was also one of the teams that was severely injured. Like they're just starting to get back. Like Benson just came back, who is probably going to be a drop, even though I held him for like 3 weeks while he was day to day. But Josh Norris is coming back. Like Dahlin had missed time. Like he's coming back. So I feel like this power play 1 is getting close to being near 100%. And we saw it last year have a lot of success. Like Zucker was a guy that I had on my roster the whole year last year because he had line 1 PP1 or line 2 PP1, and he was converting those power play chances. Like his shooting percentage is deceptively high. It's like at 18%. And I'm not saying that that's not sustainable. It's just because the way he plays in front of the net, he's getting those chances. So I like him a lot. I feel like he's that type of guy that will surprise you when you pick him up, and you'll be really happy you did. So I would say strongly consider it, and that's why he's number 6 on our list.
Yeah. It's high percentage shots, right? Like that's definitely part of it. So, you know, you look at like a Jake Debrusk, right? He's shooting a lot more, but his shots are, you know, he's more of like a sniper from the outside. Zucker's like a get in there and just do your worst type.
He's
of
in the dirty places.
Yeah,
the greasy
and
goals.
because of that, his deployment is safe. I really think that he's one of those. I mean, we mentioned him as like our best late round pick this year, right? For a reason. He's just so reliable and. Yeah, one
Yeah.
of the exactly.
The
And
other
he's
the other guy
just-
we highlighted, I was looking back at our top 10 sleepers or top 10
Yeah.
breakout candidates, and guys, we mentioned Morgan Geekie on like every episode. He was like a
Oh,
top 3
yeah.
like sleeper breakout candidate. And then I hope you guys like listened to us in the off season and then took our advice, because if you have Morgan Geekie on your roster, like this guy is tied for like the lead
I'm
league in
geeking.
goals. And yeah, if you're like Josh, you're geeking everywhere. So yeah.
Dude, it's actually crazy. This geeky pickup. I know it's a bit of a tangent and us patting ourselves on the back for but I mean we did. It's like you said, we did all off season. We said Morgan Geeky is that guy, and like he doesn't even need pasta, you know? Like the coach keeps saying like he's like, oh, Morgan Geeky leading the league in NHL and leading the NHL in goals. I should probably demote him to line 2, you know? And Geeky's like, all right, hold my beer. I don't need pasta to score goals.
Seriously.
He's literally been better than pasta.
It's been nuts. And our two top breakout candidates were Celebrini and Bedard, who are both playing like first round picks. So listen, I know
Yeah,
that's
we're
not the
good.
craziest thing to choose like two first overall picks that didn't have the best years in the beginning, but I just think the fact that they're doing so well, and we highlighted those in the preseason, I think is just a testament to doing the dirty work.
Bedard, we could pat ourselves on the back because Celebrini was like good and it was his first year, but Bedard, that was like it was a question mark. It was like, is this going to be another laugh or is it about time? And we chose about time, and it seems to have worked. But yeah,
speaking
back
of
to Zucker,
people benefiting from.
Okay,
Sorry.
Just want to say last thing is that I just really want to stress that he should be in any deeper league, 12 plus teams. Just really just pick him up, ride the wave. Buffalo is not going to be good, but when they score, he has like a really high percentage of the team's points since coming back from injury. So I really like it, and it's not a flashy name, but he'll get you the stats. Go ahead. Speaking of
people benefiting from Connor Bedard's resurgence,
yes.
At
number 5.
At number 5, we have Artyom Levshunov of Jakey's team as well. Just kidding. Of the Chicago Blackhawks, line 2, power play 1, and 4-game week coming up. And he's the power play 1 quarterback on Chicago. He gets to be an assistant in the Bedard show. So we've talked about him. I think this is possible. I think we've talked about him every week since he became power play 1 quarterback on that team. And we should, because his roster percentage stays super low. And like you look at the numbers, like his season like averages, and obviously that's skewed because he wasn't power play 1 all season. But more recently, right, he's putting up really solid points and numbers for a defenseman. So there's a lot worse guys that are rostered way higher. Let me put it that way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was faced with a decision where I had to drop a defenseman recently, and it was between him and it wasn't between him, but he was just like one of the ones I had just picked up. So naturally, it's like, oh, I'm streaming him, whatever. Or Nikishin, who I drafted, and I dropped Nikishin. Now I'm having a little bit of regrets because I probably could have tried to figure it out elsewhere, but Nikishin's been okay. That being said, I confidently kept Levshunov. I think the upside is huge. It's a volatile Chicago team, but this is one where I'm patting myself on the back here because I had a feeling he was gonna be good just because of where he was picked in the real draft, and I really really like it for a near term hold and hopefully longer.
Yeah, I mean, listen, we've highlighted him already. We don't have to go too much in the weeds, but power play 1 on a team that's clicking right now. They're 14th in the league, their power play, but you're getting access to Bedard and the other best players on this team. Like, you need a defenseman that's going to get you power play points. Like, he's one of the best options.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, let's move on to the last of Jakey's team, guys.
Exactly what you're here for. The list of the last of Jakey's team guys. At number 4.
At number 4, we have Matt Coronato of the Calgary Flames, line 1, power play 1, shooting over 3 shots a game, but more recently it's closer to like 4 shots a game. He only has 3-game week, but just what he's been doing. And honestly, that Calgary team, like their top guys are actually producing right now. And the top guys would be Kadri, Coronato, and Rasmus Anderson, pretty much, as like the top 3 guys. And those guys are just popping off power play points, shots. So Coronato should definitely be scooped up. I mean, we talked about him in previous weeks, and if anyone grabbed him when we first talked about him, they're super happy. So it's not too late. He's still a low percentage owned, but I think he's not long for this streamer episode. I think he's going to be over 40%.
It's very rare that you're able to pick up a guy off waivers in your leagues that is elite at a category. And Matt Coronato is, and this is singular, Matt. Don't get confused with Matt's Zuccarello. Matt Coronato, just one guy, and he's getting elite level of shots. This is one of the shots I feel like are the thing that leads to the most, offensive production. Like if a guy's shooting a lot, you're gonna get more goals, more assists. It's just you're involved in the play more often. And Coronato is shooting like a crazy amount, and he's got the points to back it up recently. So I love Coronato. I wish I had him in our league. Jakey somehow has him, and by somehow I mean he went to waivers and he picked him up. So,
Wizardry.
Yeah. The only thing that's worth mentioning is he literally plays on the worst power play in the league. So listen, like I wouldn't pick him up specifically for power play points. I'm not saying those are impossible to get, but statistically, it's the least likely to get is with a guy on this team. So,
Yeah, on everyone on Calgary, he has the third highest paying contract. You got Jonathan Huberdeau at 10.5 million. Cool. You have Nazem Kadri at 7 million, and then Coronato at 6.5. Why that's important is because he just got this contract, and the reason they gave it to him is to be this offensive producer. He didn't really do much yet in his career to deserve that much money. We were kind of surprised in the offseason. That being said, this is what they want from him. So he's gonna keep shooting. It's a low percentage for the power play, like Kevin mentioned. That being said, with great shots come great point responsibility, or whatever Uncle Ben said to Spider-Man.
Yeah, that's the quote.
Yeah,
exactly.
And also, something that I truly believe and have always said and always will say and probably will, continue to always say and have always continue to said is to follow that money, baby.
Yeah.
Very wise words.
And we mentioned this in the off season.
Exactly. Yeah, he's on my team for the shots and the potential point upside. So follow that money, as Josh said, and whatever my Spider-Man quote was, and you'll be happy owning Coronato for the next few weeks.
Exactly.
Bingo. Okay, let's dive into
number 3, the GOAT.
Number 3. This is a fun one for us as Habs fans. We've got Zach Bolduc of the Montreal Canadiens, currently line 1, power play 1. And he has a 4-game week this week and a 4-game week next week. This is a nice 2-week stream that could last longer if he keeps this deployment. He's popping off. He has 5 points in his last 2 games since getting that bump to line 1 power play 1. If you have a long memory, you could remember a couple of weeks ago where he started the season on power play 1 and was absolutely killing it out of the gate. So this isn't something completely new or out of the ordinary for him. And I think that if he keeps having success like this, they're not going to bump him off power play 1. They've already tried, like before it was kind of like it felt inevitable that Demidov was going to take it, and then Demidov did take it, but then he didn't really run with it, and now they're kind of shuffling things up again to see what they can get going, and it's working right now. So I really like Bolduc as at least for the next 2 weeks with 2 4-game weeks, but honestly he could be a hold as long as he has this deployment.
I don't want to be too annoying here, but if you guys are in the Discord, I recommended Zach Bolduc to many people, and many people are happy because he's been on fire lately. It was more of like, listen, I just saw this guy got bumped up. I think he should be an option for your team. Maybe like, listen, if you have the opportunity, take a chance on him. And then people have come back and being like, oh, like great pickup because he's got 5 points in his last 2 games. It's really a question of the deployment, right? Like we saw him buried in the lineup, averaging like 13, 14 minutes a night. That's not good. Now he's playing with some of the best players on the team, PP1 exposure. He's playing like 16, 17 minutes a night. This guy has the potential. We saw it last year in St. Louis. We saw it earlier in this year. We know that when he's given the opportunity, he can thrive. And a lot of players on this team have been kind of cold. If you're looking at the Habs, like we've gone through a tough stretch. Like we're only starting to come back into form. Our power play is ranked 10th in the league. He's a part of it. And it looks like he's actually like making a name for himself on that power play. Like that's one of the places that he's actually thriving, and we don't want to mess that up. So I can see him holding this. So for the next 2 weeks, you're getting 4 games this upcoming week, 4 games the next week. That's just a way, first of all, to be efficient with your ads and not waste moves, because moves are very valuable and they can sway categories, they can sway matchups. So a guy like this that you're able to pick up for long term and have a great exposure in the meantime, it's just one of the best pickups.
Yeah, big time agree with everything you said there, and I think that his spot on power play 1 is now safer than Slavkovsky's. So when they had, before all the injuries, when they had Newhook, Doc, etc., I think they really wanted to make it work with Slav on that line 1, and now it's like they don't have the luxury of playing around with it. So this is working right now with Bolduc on line 1, and I wouldn't be surprised if that sticks. And if his power play production sticks, they're not just going to put Demidov there over Bolduc just vibes, that's not gonna happen. So I think they're really gonna keep this going, and I know it sounds obvious, like they're gonna do what works, but it's really just like this is a young team that they're still trying to develop, but now they really just also want to win first and foremost. So I really, really, really like it, and the 4 games each week, brilliant, amazing.
There's only one Canadian team in the playoff spot right now, and I think the Habs are the second team that needs to get there because this division, first of all, is wide open. We have the talent for it, I think. We were there for most of the season, and then we had a really bad stretch because both of our goalies are doo-doo. And it looks like we're finally building ourselves back up, and it's exciting.
Yeah. Okay, let's go to
number 2.
At number 2, we have the GOAT, Darren Raddysh. Joke never gets old. Of the Tampa Bay Lightning. Line 2, power play 1, 3-game week this week, but 4-game week the week after that. And if you haven't heard the name Darren Raddysh, or this is new to you, go check out his game log, and that'll convince you. Enough said right there. Pretty much, he's power play 1 on Tampa. Already, that's a big thing. Hedman is LTIR right now. Yeah,
5 stars on YouTube, but sirens going off as well.
Hedman's LTIR, so Raddysh definitely has it until Hedman's back. Even when Hedman comes back, Raddysh had it before he got injured, and Raddysh is running away with it. He just scored a goal last game. I think it was the hardest shot goal of the season with 100.1 miles per hour.
Are you serious?
So
I didn't know it was the hardest shot goal. That's crazy.
Yeah, so it was absolutely insane. This guy is just killing it. The whole Tampa team is waking up, and he just woke up one day and found himself on power play 1 playing with Nikita Kucherov. So, and he's like, I cannot waste this opportunity. This is a huge, huge pickup. This is, I don't want to go so far say season long hold just yet because we'll see what happens when Hedman gets back, but this has potential to be really, really good.
Do you guys know the movie Being There with Peter Sellers?
I do not.
No.
Okay. I also don't know who Peter Sellers is. But Peter Byers.
This is like Kevin is the biggest cinephile of every one of us on the podcast. He loves movies. Okay, he's like Michael Bolton from the Lonely Island song, and you don't know who Peter Sellers is. He was the original Pink Panther. Anyway. More to this point.
Yeah, but Kevin only started watching movies in like 2020.
That's true. Anyway, so the reason I'm bringing it up is because basically it's about this simple gardener who ends up just kind of like being in the most like important positions in all of society. Like he meets the president and this and that, and he just like rises up in the ranks, just not because of hard work. He's just there, and like things happen. So that's Darren Raddysh right now on this power play 1. Literally, just like you said, came out of nowhere. And this scary thing for Hedman owners is that like this has happened even before Raddysh was good, and his ice time has been awesome over the last 3 to 5 games especially. I mean, where did he get off playing 28 minutes a game last year when he was taking over that power play 1? That didn't happen. That's happening now. Yeah. So I think this is an awesome pickup. I'm not surprised at all if he keeps it with Hedman when Hedman comes back. So yeah.
No, I was just gonna say, like, I feel like in the Discord, and I'm shouting it out again, but we've had some pushback. Like some people are not buying into the Raddysh. They're like, as soon as Hedman comes back, it's a straight flip. And I don't know if they're just a Hedman owner that is kind of in denial a little bit.
Or turnip enthusiast.
I think when Hedman wants to be on PP1, he'll be on PP1. I think he has the leadership and he has the pedigree that whatever Hedman wants, Hedman will get, I feel like. But he's also not stupid. So if the team is clicking and they're doing well and he wants the team to win, maybe they don't shake things up. But I think right now with this deployment, you'd be just as stupid to not pick up Darren Raddysh. Because
we're not calling our viewers stupid, but you know.
No, but you probably should pick up Darren Raddysh. I think it's hard to find this production from a defensive position. And what's scary is he's doing what he's doing right now, and Tampa still has a 28th ranked power play. Like this is a power play that's consistently like top 3 in the league. Like you're playing with the highest talent available. Braden Point hasn't even been clicking yet. He's not even healthy right now. imagine when they're clicking on all cylinders and Darren Raddysh is quarterbacking his power play and they go from 28th to like top 5. Like, can you see the potential there? That's just, I am extremely heartbroken that I did not pick him up in our own league. But yeah, I just think this could be, listen, I'm not getting ahead of myself. I'm tempering the expectations. I know when Hedman comes back, it'll be a conversation, but there's no risk right now to pick him up and ride it while it's hot. And I think that's what you should do.
All right. And then at
number 1.
at number 1, someone we already discussed a bit this episode because he was a recommendation from last week, is Anton Lundell of the Florida Panthers. We are going to keep recommending him until he pops that 40% owned. Line 1, power play 1, 4-game week this week. And I mean, look, we've talked about him a ton. He's the number 1 C for the Florida Panthers, a team that is off to a slow start, but is going to get way better. They won back-to-back Stanley Cups, in case you forgot, and he's playing amazing. So this is really a no-brainer. Like, I'll shout out a previous no-brainer pickup that we told people to make, which was Adam Fantilli, and look at what he's been doing. Like, obviously the last game or two he has no points because Marchenko's been injured, but like, no, he's gonna be insane. He's already at over 50% owned, and he's gonna keep climbing. Lundell is this guy. Like, I think Fantilli's better, but like, Lundell has been doing amazing this year, and he's gonna continue to do it. There's no ticking time bomb on. There's no one coming back who's gonna end what he's doing. Barkov's not coming back during the regular season, if at all. So yeah, so Lundell is a no-brainer pickup, and we're gonna keep hammering it home until he's no longer allowed to be discussed on this episode.
Yeah, he's 39% owned, so I feel like this is maybe the last episode we'll talk about him if he keeps it up. But listen, Florida's got a 4-game week. They're starting to get hot, and like when they start to get hot, you want pieces of it. I know a lot of the guys on this team have been disappointing. Bob has been disappointing for long stretches. We know Reinhart started the season extremely slow. Now he's popping off. I think as soon as Tkachuk gets back, this team is going to be poised to really make a run, and that should be in the next few weeks. So I think you want Lundell right now for that. When Tkachuk comes back, you're going to get. We already saw last game Reinhart was playing with Lundell, and they got points together. So I would not be surprised that when Tkachuk is healthy, he's going to be playing either with Lundell or Reinhart will, and those are two of the best wingers in the league. And you're able to get the line 1 PP1 center attached to one of those wingers is just a no-brainer.
Yeah. What if I told you that you can get the line 1 power play 1 center on Florida who's also from Finland?
You'd be like, Alexander Barkov, Daddy, I want you.
So, but in all seriousness here, like, he was drafted, whatever that was, he was drafted to be like, a really important part of this team. He was 12th overall in 2020. So for this to be happening right now, it's not surprising. It's just that Bennett had such an insane playoffs last year that everyone thought he was going to be the big deal. But guess what? Lundell got 18 points in 23 games. That's really good. So he already cemented himself really as relevant with Barkov there, and now has proven he could be not elite, but very, very good center in the NHL. So as the year goes on and they get back pieces like Tkachuk, this is an awesome, awesome pickup all year. And we won't be able to talk about him anymore, so keep up the pickups, y'all.
Okay, let's move on to our top 5 bangers with a hard B, under 40% owned for this coming week. So let's start with
number 5.
At number 5, we have Braden Schneider of the New York Rangers. New to this list, he has a 4-game week this coming week, 1.12 shots per game, 2.36 hits, and 1.6 blocks, averaging 18.5 minutes a night. That's just one of those. Not much to say. He'll get you those hits and blocks and shots, and 4-game week.
Yep. And this I will say though, it's like if you're looking for a guy that you want to hold on your roster for multiple weeks, he's not the guy. Like, he's a 4-game week this week, but then a 2-game week the week after. So this is just, you pick him up for this week, stream him for the games, and then you'll probably cut him for the person that you listen to on the next Banger Management waiver episode that we tell you to pick up. That's a 4-game week.
Exactly. Okay, let's move to
number 4.
At number 4, we have Josh Manson of the Colorado Avalanche. 1.3 shots per game, 2.5 hits, 1.4 blocks, 4-game week this week. And yeah, he's been doing some really cool stuff with the hits and blocks and shots. So another some of these bangers are not the most interesting, but you plug them in and they flip a couple cats for you. So nothing always has to be the most exciting pickup to be the right pickup.
But
Yeah.
listen, a guy on Colorado you're always excited about, and Manson he's had some high level bangers in his game. Like I feel like every other game you can get like a 4 or 5 hit or 4 or 5 block game, and you wouldn't be surprised. So just knowing that that's in the range of outcomes for a guy you're picking up on a 4-game week is nice when you're trying to stream a banger.
Yeah, there are some games where he's scarier out there than Marilyn Manson. So, no, actually though, like, the game log from a few, like 6 hits, 4 hits, another 4 hits. This happens. So if he has a lot of games this week, it's really good.
Yeah, it
I
happens.
just needed to say the Marilyn Manson thing.
Yeah, it does happen.
Okay, let's go to
Number 3.
At number 3, we have Jack McBain of the Utah Mammoth. He has 1.3 shots per game, 2.6 hits per game. He has a 4-game week this week, 4-game week next week, and a 4-game week the week after that.
Wow.
So if
That's
if
crazy.
Jake and Kevin are wondering why I picked him up in our league, and
Yeah.
also he wins faceoffs from a left wing position. So if you're a faceoff win league, he's great for that. So
Oh, that's
actually, any
stellar.
Utah guys that you're thinking of streaming, there's 3 4-game weeks coming up for that team. Then that's followed up by a 1-game week, so you can drop him then. But still, 3 weeks of streamers in one pickup is pretty nice.
Or you can just pick up Ben Sherratt and be happy because he'll get more hits and blocks than all of these guys without
True.
having the 12 games. But no, McBain, I feel like, is notorious for being one of those guys that you stream when you need hits, and he's also going to get you face-off. So in those deep face-off win leagues, like he's always a guy that's on your radar. And listen, he doesn't have the most time on ice, but you're getting volume from him, and that's what you want when you're trying to stream a banger.
And he scored a goal last night, so elite points upside.
That's funny.
Okay, let's go to
Number 2.
At number 2, we've got Brendan Dillon of the New Jersey Devils, another guy with 4 games this week and 4 games next week, so that could cover multiple weeks of streaming, 2.7 hits, 1.8 blocks, and he had that random streak early on in the season where he was putting up points, so, the puck can hit him and it can go in sometimes, so
Yeah.
definitely a little bit of upside there.
Yeah.
I think, listen, you're streaming a guy on New Jersey. He's playing close to 20 minutes a night. This is a pure hits and blocks guy. Like, we're not getting fancy with it, but you got 4 games this week, 4 games the week after that. So you can even potentially save your pickups then and be efficient with it. I like Brendan Dillon.
And he likes you.
We're all friends here.
Yeah, we're having fun here.
Except on the ice where we want him to get hits and block that puck.
Exactly. Okay, should we go to
Number 1.
at number 1? This guy, I don't know how maybe there's just not as many bangers leagues as I thought or what, but this guy should be owned in every single bangers league.
Yeah.
We've got Radko Gudas of the Anaheim Ducks, 4-game week this week. He's averaging 1.7 shots, 3.6 hits, 1.9 blocks, and that's on the season where he started off a bit slow, but in the last 2 weeks since coming back from injury, he's been an absolute monster. Hits, blocks, shots, penalty minutes. He does everything you want from a bangers defenseman, and he's sitting at 23% owned last I checked. He should be around 40%, I'd say. Pretty much
Yeah.
every bangers league he should be owned in.
This
Yep.
is wild. He, to me, first of all, poor Jacob Trouba. He just made him
Yeah.
totally irrelevant for fantasy hockey.
We told you guys. We told you guys. Sell high
Yeah,
on
sell
Trouba.
high,
Everybody was
yeah.
like, but maybe he can keep it. Maybe this is the Trouba of old. We told you guys, sell Trouba. And some people
I
sold
can
him actually
change
for
him.
Yeah.
Exactly.
or that. But some of you guys
So-
were able to pull off some great trades with him, and I hope you're one of those people.
Yeah, it's just what's so insane with this Gudas thing is that he does this with not a lot of ice time, but even when they give him just any time, like in 13 minutes and 58 seconds, 14 minutes last 2 games ago, 4 shots, 2 hits, 2 blocks. How do you do that? What kind of motivation do you have to be like, let's destroy or whatever his accent is? I don't even know if he has one.
Yeah.
But he just goes out and just an absolute monster. He does the most. This is what he'll just pad your banger categories and make them so elite. and
Yeah.
win you hits and potentially blocks. I mean, look, 4 games this week, 3 next week. Like, just if they play him over 15 minutes a night, you're gonna get insane stats. Insane.
Yeah, his last game
So-
he had over 20 minutes of ice time, so something to keep an eye out on.
2 shots, 2 hits, 4 blocks in that game. Amazing.
Yeah.
This may be futile because you're like, oh, he's not available in my bangers leagues, and like, listen, he's so low roster percentage that we have to mention him just in case he actually still is on the waiver wire. Like, almost available in 80% of leagues is nuts. Listen, please get that roster percentage up so we can stop talking about him, because I feel dumb trying to recommend people to pick up Radko Gudas in a bangers league, because I just feel like that's a no-brainer that he should be already rostered, right? So
I thought you were going to say you didn't want to talk about him because I got him for free this year.
I mean, I don't know how you got him for free either. That's a different question, and I'm still kicking myself, but yeah.
Okay, let's move on to our top 3 quantity goalies, guys who should get you 2+ starts, under 40% owned. Let's start with
Number 3. Wait. Actually, before we go into number 3, our reputation stakers.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So I was thinking that I feel like since it's already a top 10, the reputation stakers is kind of obvious. It's just the top 3 guys that we put.
It is kind of obvious,
We
but
can-
worth mentioning
We can
nonetheless.
still say it. Yeah, we can still say it. So our top 3 for this week are Anton Lundell, Darren Raddysh, and Zach Bolduc.
Yes, 2 4-game guys, 1 3-game guy, a defenseman in there. I feel that's kind of ballsy when you're
That's crazy.
getting
Yeah.
down to it, when we're recommending a defenseman as a reputation sticker for points. Yeah, definitely pick up all of those guys and reap the rewards. And now,
Yeah.
getting into top 3 quantity goalies. Sorry, quantity, volume, baby, volume.
Yeah.
These guys will get you at least 2+ starts. So let's get into number 3.
Okay, at number 3, we have Eric Comrie of the Winnipeg Jets, also known as the Connor Hellebuck knee replacement guy. They are playing 4 games this week against Buffalo, Montreal, and then a back-to-back with Buffalo and Edmonton. He's won half the games he started, getting about 26 saves per game, 3.02 goals against average, .897 save percentage. Look, he's not the flashiest name. He's not Connor Hellebuck. Winnipeg's not the President's Trophy winners. But they're still a solid defensive team, and he's going to get 2 to 3 of those starts.
Listen, when you get the chance to pick up knee replacement guy, you got to do it. Because- but listen, like we recommended Comrie as a pickup for all those goalie needy teams out there. We don't want to mislead anybody and say that he's going to be a top tier goalie and just do what Hellebuck was doing. That's not the case, obviously. But there's a lot of teams out there that went 0G and that have been struggling at the position because we're seeing a lot of goalies be bad this year. I think he's going to be average. And if you can pick up an average goalie for, 6 weeks that will be able to get you production on a team that's going to win more than they lose, I think you do that. And on this week, he'll get 2 or 3 starts. I think that's a great pickup.
Yep. Agreed.
Okay, here's a fun one at
Number 2.
Back from the Dead. We've got Tristan Jarry of the Pittsburgh Penguins. They play Philadelphia, Tampa, and Dallas. He's been really good since coming back from his injury. I expect him to get 2 of these 3 starts. Sorry to the GOAT Arturs. And yeah, he's been putting up really solid numbers. So I like Jarry. I mean, Tampa and Dallas are pretty scary opponents, I will say. So that could be interesting to see how it goes. But Philly, I'm very happy with that matchup.
Yeah, this sucks. As much as I'm super happy that we had 3 guys on our top 10 points guys that are on my team, this doesn't negate that. But I have Shilovs, and what the heck, man,
You also have
Jerry,
Walls, so
like,
you're good.
yeah, that's fair. But still, I'm like
And
I'm
you dropped
miserable
Stuart
with this.
Skinner, so that's like gaining another goalie.
Yeah, now my opponent picked him up. Kevin's
Listen,
my
when you have
fault,
the
that's why
chance
I
to
made
pick up
that
the
face.
future goalie for the Pittsburgh Penguins, you do it.
No, you picked up Skinner.
Yeah, exactly. I
Yeah.
said what I said.
Oh, the future goalie.
Because Tristan Jarry is clearly going to be an Edmonton Oiler because they think that's an upgrade, which is
No,
not going
it's-
to be the case. And Tristan Jarry, just as long as you give him the opportunity to show his true colors, he will show you his true colors. On a week like this, and he's been hot, I don't mind streaming him, but like, do I really have conviction to put Tristan Jarry in my lineup against Dallas and Tampa? No. Do I want to start him against Philly? Yes. And then if I need another start and I'm desperate, I will put Tristan Jarry in my lineup. But I completely know that he could let in 5 goals on 10 shots and my week is over in my goalie categories.
Yeah, it could go. This could be catastrophically bad, but it still is
pick him
a
up.
good. It is no, but it could work also because Pittsburgh. Like I don't believe in him at all, but I believe in Pittsburgh, like leaving it all out there every single game, trying to be good. Also, talk about quantity. He's like, of the three goalies we're mentioning, the most saves per game. That's pretty good. That like actually like adds, because that's really what it comes down to, right? I mean, it's games played, but also the saves in those games. So Pittsburgh's letting quite a few shots come their goalies' ways as of late, and I think that could be helpful. But look, if he stands his ground against Tampa and Dallas, you're looking at 40 saves. If he doesn't, you're looking at like pulled in the first period. So it's gonna be one or the other. But yeah, look, I guess you could do worse.
On a moment's notice, everything can go well or everything can go bad. We've seen it before. Like, we've done this every year. It feels like feels like 100 years at this point. But
Yeah.
I think he's getting traded this year. I think a team wants to make a goalie upgrade, and if you're on YouTube, you saw me do the quotation marks around goalie upgrade because we know what he can do. But maybe that's why they're running with him right now, to up his trade value a little bit and be like, hey, look, this is what you could be trading for. Here's Tristan Jarry, rejuvenated. While he's rejuvenated, you can
Stanley
have him on
Cup
your
winner.
team. Stanley Cup winner, Tristan Jarry. But yeah.
Okay, well, following that glowing recommendation, let's go to our top one.
Number one.
At number one, we've got Jakub Dobish of the Montreal Canadiens. They have 2 back-to-backs next week, which means he's guaranteed 2 starts. So they've got Ottawa, Winnipeg, and then they've got Toronto, St. Louis. And first of all, that second back-to-back, I'm super happy with either of those teams.
Mhm.
Love those matchups. And honestly, Ottawa, Winnipeg, I'm not too worried about either. So I think these are good matchups.
He's been okay. He's not as good as he was to start the season. Monty just beat Vegas, so a
Yeah,
little
but Vegas has
scary
kind of been
there.
mid, to be honest. If you look at them, they've been losing games.
Yeah. No, I totally get that.
Still,
but still
great
it's-
performance. Not taking
Yeah,
that away from
30,
him.
30 saves on 31 shots is amazing. That being said, like, Dobish has to get 2 of these games, and Monty's going to get 2
Yeah.
of these games. So
Mhm.
it could be, especially because, you know, they have 8 games over the next 2 weeks. It's going to maybe determine how those are going to shake out for the week after as well, right? I think it's really good to know that you're going to get 2 this week and potentially 3 the next week. We'll see how it goes. But yeah,
No, he's not
Montreal wants to
getting 3,
win
but I mean, he could get 2.
from the
I think they're going to
back-to-backs for
split
the
both
following
weeks.
week. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's 2 of 2 back-to-backs. That's how it's going to work.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, like you said, the last 2 in this one, Toronto or St. Louis, they're going to beat both of those, and I also think they could beat Ottawa or Winnipeg. Right? I mean, like, he could win both games, and I really like it. When he has a good game, he's been awesome. So,
Yeah. Okay,
All
let's
right.
go to our top 3 quality goalies. These are going to get you one good matchup start.
This
did
is
you just put him here because you want to say it? Okay. So.
No, it's
Let's
actually
go
been good.
to, yeah.
Yeah, these are spot starts, so you need 1 star to change your matchup. These are the guys you want to pick up. We got at number 3.
At number 3, we have a banger management favorite, Brandon Bussey of the Carolina
Alliteration
Hurricanes.
king.
The alliteration king of the Carolina Hurricanes. Not the only alliteration king on this list.
No.
And yeah, Carolina's going to play a back-to-back of Nashville and San Jose this week. Kochetkov is currently injured, so Bussey should be getting one of those 2 starts. Even if Kochetkov comes back, he should get a start this week. But yeah, so for that one, definitely like what he's been doing. His goals against average is under 3, 23 saves per game, close to 900 save percentage, and he wins most of the games he plays.
To be clear, I was only laughing because alliteration is so funny.
Yeah, that's the only reason Jakey was laughing.
I just want to make that very, very clear.
We won't linger on this too much longer. Let's move on to
Okay, yeah.
number 2.
At number 2, the alliteration king of Utah, we've got Vitek Vanacek, which is a fun one, double V's. You don't see that very often. But yeah, Vitek Vanacek, they're playing a back-to-back of Vancouver and Calgary, 2 very easy-to-beat teams. And yeah, I like this a lot. I think Utah's on the upswing as well. So I definitely like this as a spot start.
Let me guys ask you a quick question here. Do you think there's any chance that Vanacek, plays his way into more starts? Because we've seen Veg be really bad, and like you mentioned earlier in the podcast, Utah plays 12 games over the next 3 weeks. Like that's a lot of games in a short amount of time. Like they might, if Vanacek is solid here, he might get an opportunity to win more starts. So I'm just putting it out there that, what do you guys think?
I think he'll never be the starter or anything like that.
Yep.
He's not going to take Veg's spot, but I could definitely see him getting more than just back-to-backs, at least in the next 3 weeks where they have such a busy schedule. So I don't think that's out of the realm of possibility.
Yeah, I think the problem is that he hasn't been super good this season, so he really have to have an uptick. I mean, the reason he's on this list is simply because of alliteration and his opponents. So
the only qualities necessary to be here.
Yeah. So it's really just about the fact that Vejmelka could handle, more of a starting load than any goalie in the NHL. So I don't think it's necessary that they're gonna what
other than Bussy, obviously.
Oh my god.
I was just gonna say maybe Vejmelka can't handle the load because we've seen him be poor playing so many games.
Yeah, fair. That is fair. It's just he's done it in years past. That being said, look, I mean, Utah's been underperforming. We've spoken about it a lot recently, so I wouldn't be surprised if they start giving him more of playing time than what he's had, which is like every 5 games he gets a game. But
I just wanted to put it out there because I know they play a lot of games. I know Veg has been bad, and if they start winning and he's winning games for them, because like you said, like he has not been impressive, but Utah's on the up and up, and in 2 very easy winnable matchups, you want him as a spot start, and I just put in the little inception behind your brain. That's exactly what I meant. The idea is there that maybe he plays himself into more starts, but I'm not betting my house on it.
Yeah. Here's a guy at the next one that I think is actually taking some starts, which is very interesting.
Ooh.
So at
number 1.
At number 1, we have Daniil Tarasov of the Florida Panthers. Next week, they have a back-to-back, Columbus and Islanders. Love both those matchups. But this week, they had 3 games, no back-to-backs. Guess how many Bob started and guess how many Tarasov started?
Did Tarasov start 3 games?
No, but he started 2 of them, and Bob started 1 and got absolutely wrecked. Yeah. So this, Tarasov had a really good start the first game. Bob had a terrible start the second game, and then Tarasov had a mid-start the third game, so he didn't run away with it or anything like that. But Bob's been playing very poorly, and Florida obviously is win now. And if Tarasov comes in and puts up good performances, he's going to get more starts, as we literally saw just this week. So he's guaranteed getting you the back-to-back, but there's a chance he starts taking more starts from Bob.
I mean, listen, I think we've seen Bob be better when he's not starting every game necessary. And we saw Florida have, just as a team, they've had hiccups early in the season. I think they're on the up and up. I think Bob needs a little bit of a rest. Long term, I'm not worried about this. They just won 2 Stanley Cups. Bob is the guy. I think maybe in the short term, Tarasov could get a few more starts just to give Bob a break. But it's nothing more than just giving Bob a break, in my opinion, because they know that when they're going to win games at the highest level, it's going to be Bob.
Yeah, for sure. It is important to note, though, that as he gets older, I would just think that means he's going to be playing less than he has in previous seasons. So if they could win with Tarasov, especially because they're not just coasting right now, they have to compete, and this is a pretty loaded Atlantic division that's super close in the standings. So I wouldn't be surprised if yes, short term, I'm not thinking he's a season long hold or anything, is a good 1B, but over the short term,
Bussy.
Sure. I really hope nobody just runs away with this recommendation. It's just yo, man.
Look, I will say he is the healthiest of the 3 Carolina goalies. But anyways, I think we should wrap it up. It could only get worse from here.
Thank you to oh my god, you're crazy. Oh, no. Okay. Whew. Thank you to everybody for listening to our Week 9 waivers episode. If you enjoyed the show and made it this far, first of all, thank you. Second of all, you're welcome. And third of all, follow us on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, wherever you are listening, and you'll get notified when the episodes go live. Rate us 5 stars if you like what you heard, because we're comedic geniuses. Josh, you're so funny.
Many.
You too, Kevin. You're both funny. And subscribe on YouTube. You'll also get notified when those episodes go live, and you get to see our goofy faces throughout this whole journey with us. That exactly. Shock Pikachu face. Can you give us one? No, it didn't. It didn't hit the same because the mic was in the way. But anyway. There you go. Brilliant. Join the Discord community. That's where you're going to hear about Zach Bolduc before even his own family hears about him. Not in a creepy way, but you get the point.
We have people tailing every single NHL player at all times, okay? We know the guy who gave Jack Hughes the glass that cut his hand, okay?
Was it a glass? Is that what happened?
I don't know.
Okay. I hope one day we find out because
We also know the guy that injured Morgan Riley. So
Is he in the room with us right now?
The link to our socials and the link to the podcast description. Thank you to everybody for listening. Ernie, take it away.
Ba-ba-da-bam-bam, Banger Management Fantasy Hockey Podcast. Woo.
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 That's pretty good.
I feel like the listeners may think that their thing just malfunctioned and we just unreally
Imagine listening to it on 2 times speed and then at the end.